Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to answer a request that I have gotten from a lot of you recently, and that is for me to give my thoughts on a YouTube channel named GP Penitentiary Life. The guy's name who runs it is Wes Watson. All right, so normally I don't like to talk about other people, especially people I don't know. So I'll make clear that I don't know this man. I never met him before. I never spoke to him. All I know of him is from the couple videos that I've watched on his channel, right? But I will give you my thoughts based on what I've seen. All right, so the good that I've seen of this guy is that I like the fact that he's very fucking militant and disciplined. I like that shit. I have a lot of respect for that. I like the fact that he speaks freely, openly, and really doesn't give a fuck about political correctness. I too am the same way when it comes to that. So I like and respect that about the man. I like that the guy works out, he trains hard, he has a very obvious commitment to fitness and also to being disciplined in his life. I like that the guy doesn't use or promote drugs of any kind. That's always a plus for me. And generally speaking, I think he and I would get along. I like the way he carries himself. It's a little loud, in some ways, but that's fine. That's his business. The things that I don't like are less than those that I do. But what I don't like is, in one of the stories I heard on his channel, okay, so he was talking about while he was in prison and he was basically running his block and some young white boy came in and the dude had short time, a couple years, and he got sent by this guy to put in some work and basically picked up another 8 or 10 year sentence on top of what he already had. All right, and he went on to say that basically that's the way it is. I don't give a fuck how short you are. I got this much time, and you got to put in your work. All right, so I have been in positions of power like that, and not only in prison and jail, but on the streets as well. And I am the complete opposite of that mentality. All right, I go out of my way to look out for people and ensure that they don't make their fucking 2-3 year prison sentence into a fucking nightmare and a long bid. Why the fuck would I ever want that? Think about that. So, in my eyes, I have no respect for that. That's something that I could never understand. Maybe out there in California where he did his bid, West Coast shit is different, but you know what? Regardless of how the fucking places are, I'm a man by myself. I'm an individual. I make my own fucking choices. And if that were me, especially if they were good people, I would never fucking throw somebody in a line of fire like that, knowing what's going to happen. Never. Right? And I had that same mentality in the streets. I went out of my way to stop people from getting involved with certain things, protect them from that kind of shit, make them understand that it's not for them, it's not a good thing. And if I was looking to send people to do some shit, I'm fucking there with them. I'm in that front line with them. Just because I'm the fucking leader and I have the power to send others doesn't mean that I do. I better fucking be right there with them, ready to fucking bleed with them. Otherwise, I lose respect. That's the way I look at it. There have also been times where shit has gone down where people have volunteered and begged me to do things for me, to protect me. And even then, I refuse. It's my beef. It's my fight. I'm going to fucking take it, not you. I don't want to bring problems to anybody else. So when it comes to that whole mindset of being a leader and just not giving a fuck about the people who follow you or that you're responsible for, I got no respect for that. It's a fucked up way of doing things. And in my world, that kind of leader would get taken out quick. The reason I fucking survived the way I did in the streets and nobody ever put me down, I was surrounded by fucking killers. People that you wouldn't fucking believe would kill for nothing. The only reason they never turned their fucking guns on me is because they knew I was not about that. They knew that I would never fuck somebody over like that. I went out of my way to not do that. And they also understood that I was never about being greedy. Everybody fucking eats with me. That's the way I like it to be. And that's another thing that can get you taken out, is you being fucking greedy and always wanting the fucking lion's share. I may get the lion's share, but I make sure that everybody eats well, very well. So they never look at me and start fucking seeing a target in me. All right? So another thing that he said that I completely fucking disagree with, and I don't even believe this shit to be true, maybe for them, but never in my world, is that it's going to sound funny to some of you, but this guy said that in prisons that he's in, they carry their paperwork and they conceal it in their fucking body, in their ass, basically. They stuff it in their ass and carry that shit. They use the word boofing. I hate that word. I don't use that word, but that's what this guy called it. And that is fucking ridiculous. That might be one of the dumbest things I've ever fucking heard in my life. First of all, anybody who has real charges, all right? Like my cases, for example, I had over 1,000 pages of discovery. So I don't know what the fuck paperwork he's talking about carrying like that, but I had stacks and stacks and stacks. You're not fucking putting that shit inside you, all right? And even if it was only one fucking piece of paper, why the fuck would I ever do that? I would never, no matter where the fuck I am, no matter who the fuck is around or what the fuck they want, ever do some shit like that, all right? And even if you're in a yard like that, like he says, where everybody does that, motherfucker, I don't want to see no fucking paperwork come out of your fucking ass. I'm not touching that shit. If somebody ever did some shit like that, I would tell them, get the fuck away from me. Don't even fucking look at me again. Because that's some funny behavior right there. That's not fucking normal to do. So that whole shit, maybe where he was, maybe in his case, but trust me, guys, I've been in a lot of fucking places, and I've never, ever heard of some shit like that. All right? It does happen where people are asked for their paperwork, okay? But using myself as an example, in all my time, all right, only one time did anybody ever fucking ask for my paperwork. And that was because it was a gang that asked for it. I was cool with them. They asked in a very respectful way. And it was only because one of my co-defendants was a gang member of their same crew. That was it. And they asked me in a very respectful way. And I still hesitated to even show it to them. But I did in the end because I had nothing to hide. But the truth is, I don't show shit to anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. All right? Unless I have a fucking reason to. I don't walk around, any motherfucker just says, hey, show me your paperwork, here it is. Because I take that as a fucking insult. The question in itself, if not done very respectfully the way it was with these guys who asked me, that by itself is a fucking problem. Who the fuck are you to question me? And what the fuck are you trying to say? You trying to say I'm a fucking rat? Because that's the way that question is received by me. So, again, guys, it may be different. I'm sure it is in different places, different parts of the country. But it was never like that. Maybe to fucking punks it was. But it was never like that, where you had to have your paperwork with you all the time. You do have to have it. But I had it in my fucking plastic underneath my bunk, in my containers and shit, or in my locker. I didn't have that shit on me at all times. And if someone did request it, you have some respect at all, then they're going to fucking give you the time to go get it. They're not going to expect you to fucking pop it out of your ass and hand it to them. That's fucking disgusting. So that's another thing, guys, I do not fucking agree with. I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about, but in some places, in the places that I come from, that in itself would be looked at as funny. Definitely not something that happens over here. All right? So, to sum up, guys, again, the guy has a lot of positive things in his message. I like that he talks very openly. I like that he talks in a hard way, which I think people need to hear. People need to get motivated in that kind of way. People need to be fucking spoken to with harsh truths in a way that opens their fucking eyes and gets their ass moving. I like that about this guy. He'll do well to be a motivator, be a fitness trainer, whatever he wants to do. The racist shit, that it comes down to about the West Coast prisons and how it's all segregated. I understand all of that, because the reality was, even though on the East Coast it's not generally like that, there were a lot of situations where that's all it came down to, was race. So I understand. You do what the fuck you have to do. And that's how you survive. And you stick to your own fucking kind for the most part. I don't know how he is about that now, but he doesn't seem to be racist in any way. I'll also add that he does seem to be an intelligent person, and I respect that. I respect intelligence more so than almost anything else. Honor and intelligence I respect. Right? So unless there are things that I don't know about this guy, from the little things that I have seen, he's a stand-up guy. I wish him continued success. He's doing very well. He doesn't need my good wishes. But again, those certain things that I mentioned, I don't agree with. All right? And I'm sure he's about a lot more than those two little examples that I brought up. But those are the things that I heard in the videos that I saw. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have anything you want to add, things I don't know, please feel free to share in the comments, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.